You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
Did you see, by the way, there was an MMA fighter. I saw a video of an MMA fighter who chokes out a drunk fat guy at a party, and then the guy was like dropping hard N-bombs, and then he's choking him. He's like, yeah, he goes, tell him you a nigger lover. And the guy's like, I'm a nigger lover. He's like, tell him how much you love niggas. He's like, I love niggers. It's so great. He just attacks his leg immediately. It's so great.
How have we not watched that video?
It like just came out.
Oh, man.
Is it a black MMA fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And this big biker guy, but it's like it looks like they were all like hanging out at a party at a house or something, and this guy's just like, and the guy's like falling over, and he just fucking shot like a single leg takedown, took him down, got his back, put the hooks in, and it wasn't even like he was like just turning his like
Jay
chin
with the
up.
terminology over here.
He was just turning his.
It's really trying to impress Bisping. You see this?
Fucking Joe Rogan over here.
I knew you were coming. I looked it up.
I believe it's called a
the
neck
Kimura
crank.
really is the sexiest move. But he's like just kind of like cranking his neck and he's making him say it, but it's so funny. The guy just immediately just starts saying everything he asked him to say when he was going hard in the paint when
It's
they were up.
literally the reason I'm friends with Michael Bisping.
Stop saying
No.
literally
Jason
like
Perillo
that.
did the same thing. My old boxing coach. We were after one of my fights in Canada. We went out afterwards, and my manager, one of his partners, was a former basketball player. My apologies, I forget his name. And we're walking out. We have a few drinks. We're all fucking hammered. It's after a fight. It's like 5 a.m. We're walking back to the hotel, and obviously the basketball player is a black guy, and some guy in the street, and fucking 90%. And some guy in the street comes over and he's trying to bum a cigarette and stuff, and he fucking calls him the N-word, right? And he thought he was all funny and this and that. And Jason Perillo, my boxing coach, he's not a big guy, right? He's not a big guy, far from it, small, skinny, and he just bang and fucking laid him out unconscious, right? But it was funny because the guy was looking at us like, hey, come on, this guy, dropping the N-bomb and stuff, and Jason's like, oh, really? Boom. Asleep. I was like, oh shit.
And that was
we gotta go.
That was the least funny episode of Legion of Skanks of all time. We should have warned him before he came into the show. He really
Yeah, exactly.
let it get away from him.
It was Dave that he knocked out.
There we go.
I don't know. I thought we were all friends. Dropping a few N-bombs. Just like, hey, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Perillo, what's going on?
I love the story. I think we only told that on Believe You Me when I came on about when you and Bisping got in an argument on the phone. Like you went over. He thought you were coming over to fight him at a bar.
No. He came.
He's like, motherfucker, get down to the bar right now because I'm not talking on the phone anymore. And I was like, well,
I'm not. Please.
No. No. Listen, I fly into fucking New York to do the podcast in person. Now and again, we try and do it in person. I fly to fucking New York. I'm obviously not going to get off a plane and start an argument with you. The entire reason I'm in New York is to see you and do a podcast with you and hang out for the weekend.
Why would you get him so worked up?
The first conversation.
This didn't end well last time.
Shut the fuck up. The first conversation, when I get in the cab, as I'm leaving the airport, I call him. He starts getting into finances and whatnot. I said, well, send me a breakdown. That's all I said, right? He calls back, yeah, we can't send you a breakdown. Da-da-da. I'm like, well, just send me a breakdown. And he starts giving me shit down the phone. I'm like, Lewis, what's going on? He starts screaming. Okay,
I did not start screaming.
You did. You don't even hang up on a fucking phone call.
You don't know when you're screaming, Lewis.
So I start getting worked up as well. And I say, fuck this. Let's not talk over the phone. I'm in New York, right? Perfectly reasonable. Shit. Perfectly reasonable. Hey,
reflexes.
See those reflexes? The first bang. Oh, still got it, baby boy. I'm like, let's talk about this in person. Bye, like a normal person, hangs up the phone, right? He comes down thinking we're gonna have a fight.
I did not
literally thinks we're having a fight. I'm like, I don't want to talk about this on the phone. Come and talk to me. He comes in, fucking shadow boxing. He's been warming up. He's got shorts on, fucking headband. Yo, what's up, motherfucker? Let's go. I'm like, Lewis, what are you doing?
Lewis went into his son's
I've got
bedroom.
you a whiskey.
Like,
Let's talk about this.
Lewis's son was sleeping, and he kissed him in his sleep on his head, and he was
I'm like, you're
Dad loves you. He's got to go.
I do this all to
fight
protect
Michael
you.
Bisping. I'm sorry.
But I'm like, Lewis, listen, you're a funny comedian, but that's the biggest joke you ever pulled.
Shit.
Thinking you were going to walk in and beat me up. I'm like, come on,
I
dude.
did not think I was going to be. I walked in.
On the way there, you daydreamed about winning that fight.
Yeah, what was the scenario
I've seen him fall
in your
victim
head?
to the left hook.
Like, he's weak. He's weak on this side.
In my head, I was like, you know, he's got a bad knee, a bad eye. If I just fucking step to the left and fucking...
I'll stone cold stun him, then I'll climb the rope.
No,
Lewis was watching fights on UFC Fight Pass on the way down there. It was like, what mistake did Luke Rockhold make? Oh,
Yeah.
a lazy
Giving
jab.
Uber
Okay.
drivers 5-star reviews, saying, I'm going to give you 5 stars. What do you think, buddy? You think I can take him? He's like, yes, I think you can take this guy.
No, we got very heated. You were just grumpy because you were on a fight forever.
No, I wasn't.
You were so
I was in a
grumpy.
great mood.
He
My
is
wife's up there. I've
always
left my wife
grumpy.
with 3
He says
kids.
you
I'm in
found
New
him at a
York for the
bar
weekend.
having drinks.
I land. The first phone call, what's up, buddy? I was in a great mood.
So then I get down there and immediately he's like, hey man, I got you a whiskey, and he slams it on the table, and he just has an intensity to him, and we're arguing back and forth.
Yes, I'm a very intense man.
So am I. And am I used to having to fucking...
You know what's weird? You don't seem as intense when he's here.
Oh, man, if Kurt Metzger was talking to Lewis like this, he'd already have pegged a drink in his head.
Yeah.
And fucking Michael Bisping's there. He's like, I understand you're intense, and I'm also intense.
Look, yeah. Look, you're the way you see it, and that's, I guess that it's fair. It's fair. We could have 2 slightly different ideas of what happened that day.
I mean, we couldn't get into a confrontation here. There's security.
No, security was
Talk
hiding.
to security.
Is this how you
Security.
think I sound? Because if it is, I love it.
Yeah.
Because that's not how I sound in England.
Dude, the security, we were arguing, it started getting so heated. Security guards were hiding behind the bar going like, well, we're not getting in between this. Because they all knew who you were, so they just assumed I must be somebody who knows what I'm doing, because why else would I be yelling at you at a bar? It was crazy. The whole thing was
Crazy
crazy. It was a
gangbanger.
balancing act.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun for sure.
It was a balancing act of me saying, all right, well, if I back down from Bisping and don't treat this like a man, he's never going to respect me. But if I take it too far, he's going to kill me.
No. At no point did actually engaging in a fight cross my mind. No, not once at all.
The whole time
I called
in my
you
mind.
down to have a whiskey and discuss the issue at hand.
Lewis is 34.
Like,
Lewis is
fucking
34 and
gentleman. I'm
he's
like,
34 and riding a miniature skateboard to the fight.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, life hack.
Wait till he sees my fucking sick calves. I'm getting a pump.
If I can stick this ollie in front of Bisping, he'll know.
Dude, I'm gonna
He'll know
go. I'm gonna go
playing
on a
games.
rail grind. Show him what's up.
Just right off a rail grind. Hey, Michael, so what's the problem?
Yeah, what's going on? You said something about a breakdown, motherfucker?
I just kick up the end. I was like,
I'll
what's up,
break
bro?
you down.
Yeah, dude, it's a weird thing. The whole thing is weird. You don't
Remember
really...
when Lewis said he starts a sentence
I
without knowing?
swear to God, I thought the same thing. He really does. He
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
he goes,
So,
he goes,
it's right
yeah,
there.
yeah, no,
right
yeah,
there.
no.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
we got a great show. No. Yeah.
Lewis just looking for that as a jumping off point. So it's a weird thing, and things are weird, and we're doing a weird thing.
What's up,
And
crazy?
then,
Table, hat
it's like-
water, table, hat water, table, hat water. Conspiracy theory, Sam.
In the back of Lewis's mind, he's like, "Come on, mind, weave that magic.
Yeah. You've got it.
Something good."
Here's the thing, though, bro. Here's the thing.
Okay.
It was fucking with my head that we weren't exclusive. I was like the chick in a relationship, so I was like, I don't know how much more of this I can handle. So I was like, let me go to her phone, and I typed in my name on the search bar in the text. That way you filter out all the bullshit.
Oh, really?
Son, she was like clowning me to her friends, bro.
What?
She was like ridiculing me,
Wait,
clowning me.
What do you mean? Like, what the kind of shit was she saying?
So I took her out to dinner a couple weeks ago, right?
Yes.
She texted her friend, LOL, Andre is literally on his hands and knees begging me to take me out to dinner. Mad thirsty,
was
though.
that true?
No, I just said, hey, let me take you out to dinner this weekend.
You see, here's an example of
This is why women are fucking up chivalry.
That's fucked up,
They're
right?
fucking up chivalry. And I hope, are you all women, are you listening to me right now? You are fucking chivalry up. Because Andre asked to go out to dinner because he's a fucking man. Men are supposed to ask women out to dinner. Do you understand me? And for you to clown him, see, this is the reason why a lot of y'all get shit on. And this is the reason why a lot of dudes don't like that romantic shit, because it's broads like you that fuck shit up for dudes like him. And he's trying to be a man and say, hey, I'd like to take you out to dinner. See, this is the fucking reason. It's this kind of shit. I wish a fucking chick would do that shit to me. Man, this is the main reason why I stay the way I stay. That shit. How you clowning somebody because they ask you out to dinner, bitch? She's from Utah. Fuck that bitch. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm calling her specifically one. Not talking about other girls. She's a bitch for that. She's a cunt for that shit. Fuck you.
Dude.
Fuck her corny and Utah ass. Word up.
And
I even saw it. You in New York, dude. Like,
I know.
Please, dog.
He was calling this shit out.
Fuck, I told you, son.
I know.
I was right the whole time.
I hate to admit it, but
Listen, man. Listen. I think that I'm a nice guy. I think I treat people humanely. You know, just because I'm not exclusive with somebody doesn't mean I'm not a nice guy. I treat people humanely, but you have to be. People are. The level of narcissism now, you got to be careful. Everybody thinks they're a superstar. You got these broads using fucking filters, thinking they the shit, thinking that's them.
Yeah.
And then they sit up there thinking, like I just told you, okay, there's a girl I was doing on IG when I was in Israel.
Yeah.
I said, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. I said, she's like, I love to see one of your stand-ups. I said, cool, when are you free? Oh, I'm free. I got shows. You should come through. Whatever, hang out. And so then I was texting her. I said, hey, when I got back, I said, hey, you still hanging out? Coming up, you know? She goes, I can't even read what the fuck she said. I mean, I'll read it to you. Watch this shit.
Ooh, yay.
Watch this shit.
Juicy.
I mean, I don't, I'm like, these, bitch.
It's unbelievable.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Not gonna lie.
Like, no, I'm not the one, man. I don't, this shit, look at. Okay.
Hurting.
Look at. She, and I don't think she's gonna answer me because I said some fucking crazy shit. Because she's look at. She's like, I appreciate you wanting to hang with me, but I'm not prepared for a date per se. I said, however, I would love to see your stand up. And I said, I didn't ask you to go on a date. I meant if you were coming to the club. I have shows tonight. I'll be there. You know where it is? And I said, you should look at our conversation from days ago. I never asked you on a date. I'm usually too busy for that, and I'm never in town. So that's what the fuck I said.
Yeah, that's a good thing to say.
You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't ask you on a date. She's a nice looking chick, but I didn't ask you on a date. I don't think I ever really ask any girls on a date. I don't really ask anymore. I don't really.
Nah, it's kind of like a unsaid.
I go, hey, would you like to go to the movies? If I'm hanging with you, and after a while, I'll go, hey, you want to go and do something? Cool. It's not the same like it used to be. And she literally clowned you because you're like, hey, would you like you're old? That's old school shit.
Yeah.
Would you like to go out to dinner? And she like make fun of you.
Well,
Because she's a fucking nerd. She's a cornball bitch.
So there's
go ahead.
There's
Go ahead.
more. Dude, this
Go
shit
ahead.
gets even deeper. So all these texts are to her best friend.
So
right?
she's clowning you.
She's clowning me. And my thing is, you know
You
how
should text her best friend.
You know
Yeah,
how
go out with her. Go ahead.
You know how someone feels about you the way they talk about you to their best friend.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And here's the thing. Remember, I asked. Remember, I was talking about like I asked her to go to Christmas.
Oh, for family thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude. So this is why I asked her to go to Christmas. I don't remember if I said this, but her dad passed away earlier this year, and she's
Which is
from
sad.
Utah.
Which is sad.
And she was like, "Hey, this is my first Christmas without my dad. I'm not going back to Utah. I don't really know people around here." So when someone says something like that to you, what do?
I mean, you console them the best way you
Console
can.
them,
Yeah.
But you also maybe throw out a loose invite.
An invite said
Hey,
if you don't have anywhere
if you
to
don't
go,
have-
you can come with.
Which
Yeah,
is what I
of course.
did. Which is what I did. And when I typed in my name on the search thing, at that day, like a month ago, she texted her best friend, Andre just invited me to Christmas, and it makes me super uncomfortable. And her friend goes, this is what the fucked up part is. Her best friend goes, no, don't do that. Fuck him. You don't owe him anything.
Wait. What? What the fuck? Yo, these are crazy
Yo.
bitches you're dealing with.
Dude, so when I read that,
that
bro,
don't even make sense. You just asked her. Did she say, hey, I told Andre that
No,
my
she
father
didn't say
passed
any
away.
of that.
Yeah, she's excluding that,
she
trying to make
just-
herself look fly.
She fucking was clowning me. Dude, when I read that
Man.
shit, plus I typed in the word sex. She's been fucking mad at her dudes, which is fine. We weren't exclusive. But like I just, dude, my heart shattered to a million pieces. And she came back in the room from doing the dishes, and she's like, "Is everything okay?" She didn't see I was on her phone.
Right.
Dude, my whole attitude changed. We were hooking up. I couldn't even get hard. I ended up getting hard. I fucked her. You know, made her come and then right afterwards,
Yeah, Dad. Made her
Oh, yeah,
come,
made her come.
bust nut, made her bust nut, made her shake, man, made her legs, man. I ate the coochie, ate the booty hole. But anyway, that ain't the point.
There was a dramatic shift in my
Then I
energy.
stuck my dick in
though.
her butt. Then she sucked my balls and all that. And I put my I teabagged her. But anyway, let me get to the more important part.
So I do that. As soon as we're done fucking, I leap out of bed. I put my clothes on. Actually, these same clothes. And then I look at her and I go, "Yeah, I don't think I want to see you anymore." She's like, "What? What are you talking about?" I was like, "Nah, you don't respect me."
Right.
She's like, "No, I do." And I was like, "Nah, you don't. No, you don't." She's like, "Why do you say that?" I'm like, "I can just tell you don't respect me, but I respect myself, so I can't do this anymore."
There you go.
I start, when you sleep with you
Clark
leave shit at
Gabled
their
that
house.
bitch. Word.
I start grabbing my candle, my
Yeah.
other shit, my clothes, and
Yeah.
She's-
Your candle. Wait, hold up.
I
Hold up.
my candle,
Hold up.
my Yankee
hold up.
candle.
Yo.
No,
yo.
let me get through the story. Let me
fuck
get through
that.
the story.
Pause, son. Yo.
No, because her room's really bright,
Yo,
so
no,
I
shut
bought a
the fuck
candle.
up. What are you, Abe Lincoln?
I bought a candle.
Fuck out of here. Yo.
I bought a candle.
This motherfucker said, I got my shit, got my candle. Yo!
It's a $30. It's a $30 Yankee
Got
candle.
a Yankee candle.
$30
Yo,
Yankee candle.
son.
Son.
Yo.
Son. Apple cinnamon? What you know about
Oh,
that?
shit. This motherfucker got cereal, too.
What-
Apple cinnamon.
Apple cinnamon Yankee
I'd rather
candle?
you have cinnamon toast crunch and eat cereal with the bitch. You said, I got my stuff. Now, listen.
I knew you were
I'm
gonna say
on.
something
No,
about that.
hold up.
I
I'm
knew you were
on
gonna
his
say
side.
something.
Like he goes this. So I said, you don't respect me. Boom. So I got my stuff. Got my candle. Wait, fucking candle. What the fuck? Why do you have a candle?
'Cause her
Why do
room's-
you have a fucking
Her
candle?
room's mad bright, so I was like, we should get a candle. And she's like, you're right. So I bought her candle, so when we fuck, we
But
can-
wait, you took the candle back?
yeah.
You
Because she's not going to fuck other
fucking
dudes.
leave that candle.
No, you're not fucking other dudes to my $30 candle that I bought.
That
Fuck
is some
that.
leave that candle.
Fuck
You know what you do?
that.
You light the candle and throw it on her bed and let it burn. That's what you do. You burn that bitch. Fuck her.
I smashed it in front of her apartment.
You smashed the candle?
Nah, I was thinking about it, though.
Well, you should have done that.
I know.
You could have broke the candle, but you took the candle.
Wait, so here's
And
the
now
thing.
he gonna light it up going,
Nah, it's in my car. It's in my car. It's in my car.
apple cinnamon.
Wait, so here's the thing.
He took a Yankee. It just sounded funny. So I took my candle, took my dildo, and I was out.
Took my
This was some bullshit.
Took my t-shirts.
I took my
No, so let me say. So I'm taking my shit, and I just asked her. I was like, "Listen, I know you've been fucking other dude, which is cool. I've been seeing other people too.
Yeah.
But I was like, let me ask you this: since you moved here, you've been here for like 4 months, or whatever.
She's been hoeing out.
I said, how many dudes have you fucked?
Yeah.
Because I've thought of them, and she was like, I don't know, a little over 10.
Shit, she get
Is that a lot, Alex? A little over 10 in 4 months.
4 months? Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a lot. That's
a lot.
good.
That's a lot.
So her shit must be funky.
So when
dude.
she
must
said
have some
that,
funky
when
pussy,
she
though.
said that, no hesitation, I go, wow, you're like a walking petri dish.
But
that bitch
She did
nasty.
not like that.
You know, school goes until like August now.
Yeah, shit
and then
is
they have
long
like
as
a week summer break, and then they have to do like summer programs because their parents aren't around. And so I'm batting my head, and some kid goes, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you this because I like you, but you gotta throw that in the trash can." I was like, "Why?" And he goes, "Because the Crips outside are gonna kill you." And I was like, "No, I'm a teacher. It's okay." And he goes, "Throw it in the trash can." And I was like, "Okay."
I'm obviously not in the blood, sir.
And then Lean On Me started playing through the PA.
yeah.
He's just in the hallway with a fucking bat.
You know, at one school, one of the kids was a Latin king, and he gave me a black and yellow bandana, and I put it around my mouth, and I did the blood sign, and they were like, "Let's take a picture." I was like, "No, no." Yeah. It was wild.
This is just a joke.
I've taught at so many different schools in the city. I feel like I'm incredibly well versed on how shitty the education system
Yeah,
is.
it's pretty bad.
I mean,
I'm
if
in there, it's
anyone,
pretty bad.
I want all these hippy dippy liberals to go into a public school for 2 days and realize just how bad off we are for the future.
Well, it seems impossible, right? I mean, just for fucking, no, they don't have any money, and no, the children don't get.
No, they got money. Like, yo, kids get fucking like if you make honor roll now, they give you like MacBooks and shit.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
if you get like 90 and whatever.
What
you get-
alternative school do you work at?
Nah, it ain't just mine. There's a lot of schools that give out fucking MacBooks if you have honor roll and shit. You keep it for the semester. As long as you on honor roll, you get a fucking MacBook. Like the shit I had.
But
Same
like
shit.
a loaner for the
Yeah,
year.
as long as you keep it on. Like I think if you graduate, depends. I think there's
So they're giving the kids who are already doing well tools to do better.
Yeah, but the
Each
kids-
kid,
and the
each
kids who are
kid
doing
is
bad-
allocated a certain amount of money
Yeah.
in order to get supplies, whatever.
And IAP kids are actually worth money.
The
Special
kids
ed
who are doing
kids,
poorly, they just give them an
IEP kids,
Atari
e-
3600.
Every student
Fucking
is
slave form,
allotted
dude.
basically like a teacher helper, and it's up to the parents to just sign a piece of paper.
And a lot of them don't wanna
so
do
many
it.
of them don't do
They
it.
pieces of shit. son.
And then kids are fucking smart, even though they're dumb in school. And like
It's
a
just fun
lot
shit.
of kids only go to school the X amount of days so that the mom can get the check.
And
then-
fucking they don't get that welfare check at the house because they know how to do that shit. Like people pop up, they got attendance officers and shit now knock on your door.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that happening when we were kids. I don't think we had
I had
truant.
more.
I
cuts
taught
than
at
classes
Boys and
attended
Girls
in
High in
school.
Bed-Stuy.
Huh?
It was one of the top 5 worst schools in the country.
Holy shit!
It was my favorite school to ever teach at.
Kids are fucking funny. The worse the kid is, like the rule I got is if they got nice fucking kicks, they're usually a bad kid. Like if
Yeah.
the grades are shit but the kicks are nice, that's a bad fucking kid. But they're funny as shit. Like I got kids.
I got
all
along
over.
so because I was like a bad kid, so I like really.
Who was it? Everybody in this
related.
room. No, who's on a roll in this room? Not me. I know
Right.
that. I got my shit together in college, so
Oh yeah, college
Just
Staten Island.
Alex.
it was true though. When your teacher would say, "Yo, you're gonna stay in high school," it wasn't fucking lying. I'm still in high school and shit.
Yeah, but guess what? You can't because if they hold a kid back, then that reflects poorly on the school and they lose funding.
Yeah,
Well,
then they
you
look
get-
like shit.
You have an opt out though, and that shit. It's what age out. So when you hit 21, legally they gotta let you go. You can't be a 21-year-old fucking predator in the hallways.
Right, but they were like 18-year-old, 19-year-old sophomores.
Yeah, I know. No, they just banking on
Jesus
you to
Christ.
fucking age out.
And they're huge.
yeah, it's some big
Jack,
motherfuckers.
Huge.
Like I can do pull-ups on their arms and shit.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. And then when they get
You
in
ain't
fights,
lying.
like you can't do shit. You
Well,
just
yeah.
have to basically like watch and call.
Wait till they get
It
tired.
varies the job title. Like me, I can physically get involved in shit.
Yeah, I couldn't.
No, you just gotta know where the cameras is at, and you line it up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but we
That's
didn't
the
have
kid. Get
cameras in
up.
the
Oh,
classroom.
no, you set up. You set up. That's why you good with those gang kids. You set that up after school. Like, well, he's wearing this. He threatened me and shit. The kids will handle it. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You run that shit like a prison. You'll be all right, man.
Why I would teach it. It's funny. I used to teach in the South Bronx, and the school I quit at to like focus more on comedy.
The Bronx broke you. Is that what you said?
Oh, dude, yeah. It was bad. But the school that I used to teach at, I'm volunteering teaching a comedy class. They call it comedy club after school every Tuesday.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's at
Giving
the
back.
same school that I used to teach at. Just
What made you
randomly.
quit?
Oh, that's
Isn't that
fucked.
crazy?
Yeah,
It's-
that's
dude.
fucked,
The kids are the best, man. They're all fucking Black Def Jam comics.
Yeah, they're
It's
funny.
They're ready,
incredible,
right? They're
dude.
already ready.
Incredible. I mean, walking around. You know when you at football practice and coach make you want to run?
Yeah, I do.
I love it. My teacher breath stink. I'm
Yeah.
like, how's it stink? Like onions. It's the best, dude. I love it.
What made you quit?
Teaching?
Yeah.
The emotional and mental toll
Yeah, shit
was
comes home with you, son.
terrible. I was taking, because I was teaching all day and then going out at night and doing comedy,
Yeah.
and I was taking it out on the crowds.
Oh,
Literally, because I couldn't do shit with the
Because you could
students.
fight the crowds, but you didn't want to fight the kids in the Bronx.
Oh, yeah. I mean, comics are coming out to me like, dude, you got to really relax.
Really?
Yeah. And like, it just really like emotionally, it was like killing me. And also, I started to get, more work. I had to take off like a day or whatever
Yeah.
here and go away. And it was like, I can't, I'm not dedicating what these kids need to make things better for them. And it's selfish for me to be like, well, it's just a paycheck now.
I mean, if you just
So
show up
I
once a
ended
week,
up getting different jobs. I didn't go comedy full time. I just quit that and got different jobs that I didn't have to care about.
Sure.
And we're like, no
We're in-
emotional clock.
We're in people's futures.
no, but just show
involved.
up once a week, turn a chair backwards, and then learn hip hop dancing with them. And that's,
I legit thought that if I wore a leather jacket and turned my chair around backwards, I would change
You gotta
lives.
get your ass.
We want to
doing
rap
that
with the
shit,
kids.
too.
That's what I thought. Dude, they called me E-Money.
Oh,
years
E-Money
ago.
is here in studio.
It was great. I taught not Cardi B, Young B. Remember?
Oh, shit.
Chicken
Yeah.
noodle soup.
Yeah.
Chicken noodle soup. I taught her on the Lower East Side.
oh shit.
Yeah.
You guys still keep in contact or not?
No.
She had that one hit though. She's probably doing all right still.
Yeah. She left class one day to talk to Jermaine Dupri on the phone.
Oh, that's pretty
Wow.
cool.
That's
Like,
pretty
yeah,
fucking
take the
cool.
call. That's fine.
Yeah. But I never let any of my kids know I was a comedian.
Nah, you can't do that
I
shit. You
never,
can't let them know what
ever
to do.
let them know I was a comic, any sort of thing like that.
Lose your fucking job.
And I got, dude. So I taught test prep. That's how I like got into so many different schools. And I got this guy a fucking job, and I had him cover for me one day. And the kids are like, "Where's Mr. Finance?" He's like, "Oh, he's performing in La La La." And they're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "He's a comedian." And the next day, I go in, they're like, tell us a joke. I'm like, why? They're like, Mr. So-and-so said you a comedian. And I was like, okay, I need coverage. And I got someone to come in. I went to the next room, and I reamed this motherfucker out. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
You don't fucking share that information.
Are you kidding me? That's insane.
Yeah, that's like throwing fucking chum to sharks.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's fucking totally insane.
I know.
Because then all of a sudden they're gonna be like, "Yo, you corny, Mr. Finance."
I know,
and that's
right?
It.
And then it's like if I fuck one of these kids, it's going to cancel me as a comedian. You know? It's like, come on. I got to think about my future.
now I gotta stop saying the N word in class and on stage.
Yeah, can't use it.
Bullshit.
There's no microphones in here.
Yeah, so I'm going to get my ass kicked, but I'm hoping my old students come to my side.
That's how we started.
yeah,
That's why when the race war happens, I'm set.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
I'm just gonna get, it's funny because like on the train when shit would pop off, I would like step in and then I would just pull the teacher card and they'd be like, all right, you're right.
No shit. That
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Huh?
he knows.
Dude, one time I got in a fight on like 3rd Ave, like 11th and 3rd, and I called the guy a faggot. And he, when the cops broke it up, he tried to say it was a hate crime. And I was like, listen, like, you can't do this. Like, you got to let me go. I'm a teacher. This will be like the front page of the newspaper. We're drunk. I didn't know he was gay. It was like my go-to insult.
Sure.
And I showed them like my identification and everything. Like, all right, get out of here.
But don't you
cops is
blow
on.
dudes?
Yes. I was
Isn't that-
projecting.
Yeah,
Why do you think I was getting in the fight?
you just sit it with
Because I saw 2 openly gay men, and I was jealous of them
yeah.
living their best lives. So I was like, nice earrings. I'm straight. And then immediately when we fought, I got behind him and was like, I'm giving you the Heimlich.
You're choking.
Yeah. But even that's like my go-to when I get angry to call someone like a faggot.
Yeah, you drop it.
And I got it. Like, even when I used to get like pop off on my bike, I would yell and be like, fuck you, faggot. And then I'd pedal and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
I'm running out of breath. I hope you're not chasing me.
Ironically, I'm riding my bike to go suck a cock.
There you go.
It's just a go-to.
I have to suck his cock because my balls smell so bad from riding this bike.
Bye.
I am.
Honest to God, tell me you don't believe this guy's getting reelected after you. This is meant to be like why he's not fit. Okay? On Halle Berry, number 1. I love her. ... Upper body.
I love how they still respected his timing with an ellipses.
Yeah, Lenny Bruce didn't have this respect paid to him doing his jokes in court. On Beyonce. When Beyonce was thrusting her hips forward in a very suggestive manner, if someone else would have done that, it would have been a national scandal. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was not appropriate.
It's because she's not a Slavic blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carly remember Carly Fiorina running against him?
Yes.
Look at that face. Would anybody vote? Can you imagine that? The face of our next president? I mean, she's a woman. I'm not supposed to say bad things, but really, folks, come on. Are we serious? Okay, no. Then the next one. Why does she keep interrupting everybody? On Jessica Chastain. She's certainly not hot. I mean, he's like George Washington. He cannot tell a lie.
George Washington
On
Rickles.
Stormy Daniels, horse face.
Horse face.
Stormy Daniels said his dick looks like a mushroom.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
She had to apologize for body shaming his dong.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Wow, I love this world.
She wrote in a book about his dick was kind of looked like the little toadstool man from
yeah, Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Cher. Cher is somewhat of a loser. She's lonely. She's unhappy. She's very miserable.
She's lonely and unhappy.
And then 8, I promise not to talk about your massive plastic surgeries that didn't work.
Is this a Nikki Glaser set?
Is this a greatest hits? I know. That dude, that's why I got the crown on.
Okay.
Just what you say.
Uh-huh.
Is this all of these are not even the ballpark of mean that what I've heard women say about women.
Yeah.
That's what's so hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Micah Brzezinski. You know who Micah Brzezinski is?
No.
Morning Joe's wife. You watch
Not
Morning Joe?
No.
Okay, well, his wife, by the way,
Is that on Fox? Morning Joe?
No, MSNBC. Him and his wife. are
MSNBC
It's
should
like a
have.
husband and wife news team, like on the Steve Brule show. And yeah, she's kind of hot. He's got great hair. First
Dude,
of all, Morning Joe.
MSNBC should only hire people with MS. That would be the perfect move for them.
I want to thank you for saying that because it's something I felt for a long time, dude.
Yeah.
And I really want to thank you for being here and putting that out because who would not watch that? Different stages of MSNBC. Well, Micah Brzezinski, it's just kind of cute, Micah Brzezinski. I heard poorly rated at Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Micah, along with Psycho Joe, came to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no.
I do remember this tweet. She was bleeding
That's
badly.
why they have it in for him, because he was talking about her facelift.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
on Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes her think she can satisfy America? These are fair points. She got schlonged.
She got schlonged.
Oh,
He's
just
an
the one-
animal, dude.
yeah.
He is an animal.
On Clinton taking a bathroom break at a Democratic debate. I don't know where Clinton took a bathroom break. Wait a minute. I'm telling you, already at 11, I already know he's getting reelected. On Clinton taking a bathroom break at a Democratic debate. I know where she went. It's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. No, it's too disgusting. Don't say it. It's disgusting.
He's saying she shit.
She took a big shit. Okay. If she were a man, I don't think she'd get 5% of the vote. That's hilarious. Does she look presidential, fellas? Give me a break. Such a nasty woman. Yeah, I remember. Okay. On Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. Someone who had come to my office begging for campaign contributions not so long ago and would do anything for them.
What?
Yeah, well, he used to be a Democratic contributor. On Democratic rep, you know Maxine Waters?
Yes, I'm from Georgia.
An extraordinarily low IQ person. I get honesty is mean. It's true. On French First Lady Brigitte Macron, you know you're in such good shape. Beautiful. Well, that's just nice.
You know who she is, though? You know her story?
What?
She was his teacher. She's married to the Prime Minister of France. And she was his teacher. That's how they met in school.
How old was he?
I think he was like 15 or 16 or something.
Well, France is something else.
Yeah, France really is.
So it was like I guess a statute. Well, in France, the legal age is probably little
6
girl.
or 7. Yeah.
What did you ever see The Professional?
Yeah.
However old Natalie
Luc
Portman
Besson,
was?
13.
Yeah. That's the legal age of consent in France. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
On Steffi Graf, you never get to the face because the body's so good. I don't know if her head's good or not. I didn't even knew she had a head.
I thought she was headless.
She's got what I call tennis ass.
I thought she was Ichabod.
It's beautiful. On Paris Hilton. Now, somebody who a lot of people don't give credit to, but in actuality is really beautiful is Paris Hilton. I've known Paris Hilton from the time she's 12.
Oh.
Her parents are friends of mine. For the first time I saw her, she walked in the room and I said, "Who the hell is that?"
That is.
I turned to Luc Besson and he made it a movie called The Professional.
Yeah.
With Natalie Portman. On Ariana Huffington. Unattractive both inside and out. I fully understand why her former husband left her for a man. He made a good decision. Oh, on Omarosa Manigault Newman. A crazed, crying lowlife and a dog. Well, by the way, he did give her a job and then she trashed her in a book. He is so unqualified. Yeah, we thought that when he appointed Omarosa to a position.
Yeah, for real.
On Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie is sort of amazing because everyone thinks she's like this great beauty. And I'm not saying she's an unattractive woman.
What the fuck?
But she's not beauty by any stretch of the imagination. I'd rather fuck her brother.
I'd rather fuck John Voight.
I'd rather He's beautiful inside and out. I really understand beauty, and I will tell you, she's not. I do own Miss Universe. I do own Miss USA. I mean, I own a lot of different things. I do understand beauty, and she's not. Well, the guy's got
asking him this shit.
Guy's got credentials. He runs Miss USA and Miss Universe. So I mean, if somebody's gonna say Jessica Chastain, I was always like, what's the big? You know what girls will say? I remember I was like, she's got beautiful skin. And I went, you know what? You're a racist.
Yeah, that is racist.
She just moisturizes a lot. On Kim Kardashian, does she have a good body? No. Does she have a fat ass? Absolutely. Asked if her butt is big. Well, absolutely. It's record setting. In the old days, they'd say she has a bad body. Wow. And she advocated to get an innocent woman out of prison.
Right, and her husband is campaigning for him.
Yeah, because he probably was like, finally, someone speaking truth to power.
Yeah.
On Megyn Kelly. She gets out, she starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions. You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever. Bimbo. Yeah, Megyn Kelly stinks. See, everybody was mad about that. This was written before Megyn Kelly said blackface is okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they're defending Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly had this like kind of goodwill.
Didn't she even say like Santa was white? She went on a rant about
After
that?
she said Santa, which by the way, pretty sure he's white. Now, if you want a representation, Danish Santa has that black slave.
Oh, yeah.
You have Schwarzpeter.
Schwarzpeter? Is that really what?
Yeah, Schwarzpeter. And that is in their language, means Black Peter.
Yeah.
But he's not, it's not blackface he's in, if you look it up.
No, he's just a slave.
He came down the chimney for Santa and
soot? He's
It's
covered
so
in soot.
much soot, and it makes his lips bright red and his hair all curly. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Schwarzpeter. Okay. On Lindsay Lohan. What do you think of Lindsay Lohan? There's something there, right? But you have to like freckles. I've seen a close-up of her chest and a lot of freckles. Are you into freckles? She's probably deeply troubled and therefore great in bed. How come the deeply troubled women, deeply, deeply troubled, they're always the best in bed?
Oh, my God.
Is that Iran does not want war with America. They have just as much, if not more, interest in self-preservation than any other country in the region.
The U.S. doesn't want war with Iran.
No, I agree with that too.
A ground war in Iran, they're gonna get slaughtered.
But what the Iranians have been working for? No, I agree with you. Both of them don't really want this conflict. Yeah. But what the Iranians have made very clear since signing on to the deal with Obama is they're just like, look, what we want is to remove the pretext that you guys are going to use for fighting a war with us. That's what we want to do. And, for all the quotes that they bring up, they'll be like, they said they're going to wipe Israel off the face of the map. Scott's done a great job of taking that whole bullshit apart. But they said this. And look, I'm sure you can find some quotes in bluster where the Iranian government has said some things. And of course, I can find you quotes of Hillary Clinton saying we're going to obliterate Iran, or John McCain with his bomb Iran and all these things. But every single time I hear a high-level member of the Iranian government speaking it to the news media or speaking to their own state media or any of that shit, every single time what they say right into the camera is, we don't want war with America. We don't want this. And of course they don't want this. Of course. Look, let's get real. Like, it would be a bloody fucking war, but there's no doubt who'd win this fucking war. America would win it. We would just have to suffer huge losses, and particularly to, strategic locations in the region because we have so many troops there. But of course they don't want this war. Look at what America does to all these fucking countries. We might be slowly bankrupting ourselves, but we don't slowly bankrupt Libya or Yemen or Iraq. We fucking destroy those places. We tear down nations and slaughter hundreds of thousands of people. So of course they don't want it. But here's what's so fucking stupid about this targeted drone strike and what just happened here is that this is the predicament you put Iran in. It's like, so in the same sense, like when people talk about Kim Jong-un, and they go, well, maybe, we could negotiate with him to, ease up a little bit on his own people or liberalize the society or something like that. He can only do that so much. I mean, he is himself. I mean, I'm not feeling bad for him. He's a fucking murderous psychopath. But what is he going to do? Just fucking let information in? And then as people slowly start eating a little bit more and slowly start figuring out that he's been lying his ass off to them for decades, I mean, he's going to end up like Muammar Gaddafi, dragged through the streets and sodomized to death by his own people. So there's only so much he can do. And that's the truth with leaders all around the world. Pretty much every government is about as totalitarian as they can be, and they work within as much as they can get away with. I mean, what do you think the fucking Democrats and Republicans don't want to disarm Texas? Of course they do. They know they can't. That's why it hasn't happened yet. That's why they try, oh, well, how about bump stocks? How about this? How about, a little bit more? It's like they're always putting feelers out there. What we're doing with this targeted strike is pushing Iran to the place where, look, any government, and obviously, as me and you both agree, all governments are illegitimate, all governments are evil. But the only way that governments can survive is they have to, at least to some degree, maintain the illusion that they can protect you from the outsider. That is the baseline of how you justify your existence.
It's all fear.
Yes, yeah, right. You have to be afraid of something, and I have to convince you that I can protect you. Otherwise, why would you give up your liberty to me? So Iran gets pushed into this position where it's like, well, you said this was a line in the sand for you that we couldn't cross. Well, they just crossed it. So now what are you going to fucking do? So the fear is the only real, like the worst thing that can happen in this situation is you put them in a position where they're like, if we don't respond in some way to this, we're bitches in our own fucking, you know what I mean? Like our own, like it's like if you confronted some guy with his fucking girlfriend and there's like 6 of you. And, it's like, it's like, oh, yeah, your bitch got a fat ass. And you're like, keep walking, honey, keep walking. And you're like, well, what am I going to do? There's like 6 guys there. And then they fucking like slap your girl on the ass. And you're like, well, now I have to go fight 6 guys. And I know I'm going to lose this. But my other option is I go home and I'm a bitch for all of eternity. So I'm going to have to go out on my shield here. And that's the fear, is that you could push Iran. It's the opposite of what the neocons thought. You actually are going to have to push them to get them to want this fucking war that they can't possibly win. So why are you trying to push them? What strategic advantage is this to us? Donald Trump said today that he didn't order this targeted strike to start a war. He ordered it to stop a war. And it's not about what this guy had done in the past. It's about what he was going to do in the future. So what? You think the Iranian influence on Shiite militias goes away now? Or do you think it consolidates even more?
What up, motherfuckers? It's the Real Ass Podcast. It's your boy, Louis J. Gomez.
Obviously, I grew up in a very different time, but I mean, I feel bad when I hear that a kid never gets McDonald's. It was so special to me as a child. I still love it.
It makes you feel. I feel like I'm abusing my kid by giving him McDonald's. I feel like I'm putting poison into his body, and I'm a bad human being.
I mean, once you are technically, but once
Having
in a
nothing
while,
to do with
once in a while. I mean, to me, it's like once in a while. It's like the same thing as like you live in New York. You're getting poisoned from just the exhaust.
I would,
you know what I mean?
But I would, instead of that, I would just take him to
not all the
Shake
time.
Shack. So instead of doing
Shake Shack,
it's 150 times better.
Shake Shack is great.
I'm going to throw this hot cup of coffee in your face.
Throw
if
it
you
at me.
Continue the conversation. There's no more to it. There's not a but. There's no nothing. McDonald's versus Shake Shack.
I can tell you what the difference is. Put the coffee down, Louis.
I'm not really going to throw it at you. My friends don't trust me anymore.
No.
Put the coffee down.
No, Shake Shack is amazing. Here's the thing that sets McDonald's. I'm not talking fuck Wendy's and all that. I like all that stuff, but I'm talking about anything but McDonald's. You could make Shake Shack at home. You could figure it out. You could make it at home if you knew what you were doing. McDonald's is its own. It's like eating Twizzlers. It's like you could never replicate this in a million years.
You're gonna get your kitchen that dirty.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could never make that.
You'd have to
flavor.
hire an African woman to
Do you know
work
what I'm
a
saying,
cash
though?
register.
It's the Eddie Murphy bit about like McDonald's. It's like it's
The last time I went to McDonald's,
I ain't going to McDonald's. We got burgers at home. We get some white bread. Yeah, it's good.
The last time I went to McDonald's, like I wasn't paying attention. I was on my phone, and like a crackhead took my McChicken sandwich or something. Somebody stole my food, and I was just like, you know what? You're right. and I just left.
It was a sign.
Like 100%.
Good.
I fuck with it about once a month, but I can't do it any more than that.
If I'm on the road, and I take it as a sign, like when I was in Detroit this past time, in my parking lot was a McDonald's, and I was like, well, I mean, at one point, the amount of shit that I'm putting in my body, I'm gonna start going like, well, you know, McDonald's, that's the line.
Yeah.
I'm in fucking Detroit.
Yeah, I know.
Being an animal.
Yeah.
And fucking, so I had a McGriddle sandwich. But that's the only thing that I will do.
I don't like the McGriddle, to be honest.
I'm going to throw my fucking coffee in your face right now, Joe. Now I'm going with you. Now I'm not kidding.
That's Doug Benson's jump off, the McGriddle.
What do you mean?
He loves it.
It's everyone's jump off. It's incredible.
I'm more, if I go breakfast McDonald's, I'm sausage McMuffin with egg, 100%.
That's psychotic.
No, dude.
That's some crazy
You
shit.
guys
You ever
both
had
have
one?
fat faces because you eat this shit.
Me and DeRosa had an actual serious
No.
hour-long
Body
argument.
off?
You were serious.
Argument about who had a better body.
No.
You were serious. I kept saying, Lewis, I don't care. I don't want to do this.
No, dude.
You
No,
were
dude.
screaming at me.
Ooh, I want to throw my coffee in his face right now. It's making me so angry thinking about that body off.
You were
You guys
screaming.
should have a re-body off. Are you coming to Skankfest?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you should like have like a serious body off.
Lewis was screaming at everybody in the room to say, Lewis, your body is better.
Well, he's gonna do that, Joe. What
yeah.
are you gonna do?
Yeah. I was like, I don't care. I have sex. I'm happy about it. Like, you know, like.
But are they happy
Yeah.
about it?
Hey, whatever. I don't know.
But Joe's like a thinner guy than you. Like if you're a girl who's into like thinner men,
Yeah.
he's technically thinner.
But if you're into more man, well, here's what you take your shirts
he's
off.
tall though. Joe's are you taller
Karen.
than Lewis?
I don't think by
6'1".
much. A
I'm
little bit.
6'1".
I'm like 6'1.5".
So
you're taller.
And he also just said 6'1" and a
He's
half,
taller
which
than
men
you.
don't do the
And
half.
he rounded it up to 6'2".
So
He's taller than you.
Let me say this, Karen.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw my coffee in your face, you dumb little fucking whore.
Oh, no.
And I'll fight your boyfriend.
Okay.
She loves it. She's gonna turn on right now.
So fucking turn on. Go ahead.
What I'm saying about Joe, and I don't want to rehash this argument, but when me and Joe both take our shirts off,
Right.
our bodies both really fall apart. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. You
Joe,
guys are definitely leading with your face. Joe also has hair. I think.
but
we
I'm
haven't
more
mentioned.
handsome.
I have.
Karen.
Look, the one thing I'll say about the one comment I'll ever give myself, I have very good hair and I have very
Yeah.
nice eyes.
You have
He throws in eyes like it was good.
you have like black fucking like half
No,
black hair.
no.
I'm telling you,
Lovely
I
hair.
have, I have good hair.
Lovely hair.
Lewis, I have good hair.
That you think you have good hair?
Lewis, I have 100% of
hair. Lewis, you don't have
Your
hair.
Hold on.
No, listen, you don't have
I don't have hair. That's fine.
Yeah, it isn't.
Your hair stinks.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
No,
it
it
does.
doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
What?
It doesn't,
doesn't.
stink. It doesn't stink.
All right, so I guess I'm not voting here. I'm not going to sit here and just argue over and over again
I'm
with both
saying
of you.
that the two comments I gave myself were
nappy
hair.
fucking curly cues.
It's not. It's not. It's curly, dude. It's
Cute.
good
He puts
hair.
a little gel in it. It looks like.
I was gonna do big J jokes all day. When Jay said you look like John Arbuckle from Garfield,
That's really good.
Pull up John Arbuckle from Garfield.
That's
It's
really perfect.
The fucking funniest
Jay
thing
looks
ever.
like Garfield. So fuck off. Why didn't I think of that 10 years ago when I said that? Why did that just come to me right
dude,
now?
that's fucking hilarious. You're gonna fucking smash him right through his fucking face. It took you 10 years to
Jay
come
has
back.
Garfield neck.
He eats fucking lasagna. Fucking Davis's Odie.
I mean, look, I can't argue with it.
It
But
looks
John,
exactly
I'll be honest with you right now, John's got good hair.
John's dreamy as fuck in that photo. DeRosa, if you look like John Arbuckle there, I'd fucking say you're on something.
Let me get a glamour shot like that.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it on the podcast. Let's get glamour shots of me in the John Arbuckle pose.
I love it.
Let's do it.
I'll
That'd be
do
a
it.
fun bit.
What's your glamour shot? Who would you be?
I look like The Rock, I think. That's what a lot
Oh,
of people
right,
tell
right,
me.
right. Of course.
You think you look like The Rock?
I'm gonna take my glasses off.
Oh my God. You look like a rock that got
It's
caught in my
twang.
shoe. Outside.
No, the older you
Like
get,
Rocky
the more
Dennis.
you're getting like old Spanish guy face a little though. You're getting like Cheech or whatever, like a little like.
Well, now that I have my mustache
Yeah,
in, that's the
yeah.
problem. I'm
Yeah.
and you can talk all your shit, Karen. Karen's trying to get in my head right now because she's nagging me because she wants to fuck again.
No, I don't. That's not
If
true.
you think DeRosa's more handsome than me,
I'm just trying to be like make it fair. It's not like you're blowing him out of the water. You know what I mean? Like Joe gets pussy, like he does.
I'm
well.
also I'm nowhere near Karen's type. You're her type. I'm not her type. Get somebody in here that I'm their type, and we can have the fucking
yeah,
debate.
like a fat, boring chick.
fucking some half a dyke,
You can have the debate with one chick that's already banged you in the room.
boring bitch that reads and fucking yaps about it. Like, shut up.
Some Jew.
Don't you? Some Jew.
Oh God.
It's just it's a little one-sided. Is all I'm saying.
DeRosa does well because DeRosa has confidence as well. The reason me and DeRosa both do well with women is because we take the shot. This is the thing that people should know. Like, you have to.
No, don't tell because then you get your betas taking shots, and that's just a mess out there.
Betas
Don't
won't
tell
take
people to
betas
take
won't
shots.
take the shots though.
You're
Karen.
telling them to. You're just what you're
Let me
about to
tell
do.
you. Hold on. So last time I was in Jamaica, in Hawaii, I went cliff diving, and I went up to the edge of the cliff, and I fucking stood there. And I looked down. I was like, it was like 20 feet, and I was like, this is too much. And I said maybe for like an hour. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I just never did it.
I wouldn't do that. Fuck that.
It's
shit,
terrifying.
dude.
Other people were doing it.
Yeah, chicks,
No fucking
kids,
way. No
people were
way.
Little
laughing
kids
at
are
me.
doing it?
Yeah,
I'm
people were
doing
mocking
it.
me.
No fucking way, dude.
Just
So but the point is, betas will never jump.
You're
there's
a beta?
when it comes to cliff diving, I'm a beta bitch.
Here's
You'd
the
float.
here's the secret to dating in life. Here's a secret. I figured this out just now. You got to find the happy medium between. Okay, so beta's one side. The other side is David Cross used to have this bit about how he saw a trash man like driving the trash truck and like catcalling a woman out the window.
I'll marry a trash guy.
And then he did like the monologue of the guy, and he's like, "How do you know, dog? 1 time out of 10 tries, girl likes to fuck on a pile of trash."
Hell yeah.
So
that's it.
So, but here's the thing.
By the way, that right there is it.
But
Keep
that's
on going.
not. Here's the thing. That's not it. That's the other end of the spectrum.
No, that's it.
Hold on. Hear me out. You're gonna agree with me on this.
Spectrum.
One end of it is the construction guy that whistles constantly at every chick that walks by, and then the other guy is the beta that never takes a swing. You find the medium. You take the right chances, and you're not a pussy all
Calculated
Fine.
guesses.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
That's
You're
the
100%
that's
right
the
about that.
medium. You don't
It's
wildly fucking swing for the fences.
Well,
but
no,
you also
you're-
don't lay in the corner under a blanket. That's anybody that dates. That's where they live, male, female, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes, but it all comes down to it being numbers. It all comes down to it being like you can disconnect the emotion and disconnect from rejection. And this is any good salesperson. This is why I'm good with women, because I'm a good salesperson. And rejection never really meant anything to me. When I would hear the word no in sales, I would go, okay, cool. Well, now that's just one no out of the way. I closed 1 out of 5 people, and now I'm literally closer to getting a yes. So it motivated me. With women, it's the same thing. If you're taking the shot with really beautiful women and just taking the shots with really beautiful women, then you're probably just going to fuck a lot of hot chicks. And me and you aren't afraid to sort of take that shot.
But I would say this. I'm not saying what he's saying. I would say this. You're describing a telemarketer's approach to sales. I'll do 1,000 robocalls, and if I nail one, great. I think a refined salesman knows that guy over there is a waste of time. I'm not going to talk to him. This person I could actually talk to about a car.
Yes, you'll understand when there's a piker that walks into the office that's not down to spend any money. You'll understand a person who's a whale.
Right.
There's nuance there, and that's where you become a master like
What
me
did
or
you say?
you.
What's a piker and a whale? What does that mean?
A piker.
Stop calling yourself a master.
I'm a
you
master.
fucking homo.
I
I'm gonna
crush
punch
puss
you in
all
the
day
neck.
long. I'm gonna fuck Karen tonight. It's
Ew,
happening. Look, now it's happening.
no.
See, this is the difference between you and me. You have a it works for you, but you have a fucking, rocket
Don't
launcher.
accept no for an answer.
You lay devastation. You blow up the supermarket, and then you're like, whatever food is left, I can eat it.
Make you cry. That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
So I take this giant bottle of vodka. Brendan goes, I'm going to take some too. There's some Jim Beam. It's like a half of a giant bottle of Jim Beam.
Yeah.
And Brendan's holding it. And then he goes, I don't need this. I don't need it. And then he goes in to put it back. And I was like, all right. And then he comes back. He's like, but I will take that 2 liter of Coca-Cola though. And then he takes the 2 liter, right? So then we're all leaving. It's an unopened one, right? So we're waiting for the elevator. And then all of a sudden Brendan starts going like, I don't know. Should I not take this because it's Coke? And because I was saying, sugar is the worst. If you cut out the sugar, he's trying to be a little more health conscious. He can't be having.
That's how terrible of a friend you are. You're like, Brendan, take the booze. It's better for you. Take the handle of Jim Beam.
No, I didn't say to take that.
You'll
I was
live
saying,
longer.
if you're not going to take the alcohol, why are you taking the soda? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So he goes to go back in. He leaves the elevator, goes to go back into the room, and runs into Zach. And Zach's like, Brendan goes, I don't know if I should fucking put this soda back. I don't know. And he just goes, Zach goes, dude, it's $2. You're embarrassing yourself. And then he didn't take it. And
I mean, honestly, if I was Brendan, the only saving thing he could have done there is unscrew the cap, pour the whole thing out, and then go and buy another one. That's how much I care about $2. Then he's like, fuck.
$2. We get out of the building, and this is why we get out of the building. And you know when
I don't like when you pitchfork point at me. I don't care for that at all. Feels like double negative coming at me.
Just you wait. So so you know when a homeless person, you know when you see them spot you. You ever have that moment?
Yeah, you make eye contact with somebody you don't even deem human.
No.
No. Is that not what you meant?
No. I meant not when they're not underground in the fucking in the rivers.
No, I'm talking about anybody with a tattered jacket. Where you look at them and you're like, ugh, and you just walk over them.
I didn't mean to make you my stepping stone.
I step really hard and then make sure to drag my feet and kick back.
When you hit them?
No, when I walk over them.
Oh, good, yeah. You keep a low toe.
I'm like Ace Ventura at the end of it, when he kicks mud in Einhorn's face.
Yeah.
She's in the dolphin pool.
Finkel is Einhorn. So, what? Oh, so anyway, this homeless guy, I see him see me. And he immediately, he straightens up his, rip tie.
Oh, no. I'll tell you, I got no respect.
He had patches for elbows. It was like so whatever. So I'm in the middle of talking, and I'm holding this giant bottle of vodka, right? So he goes, so I walk up, and the guy sees me, and as he's coming across the street, Brendan's in the middle of talking, and I'm in the middle of listening, and whatever we were talking about was an interesting conversation that I was interested in having.
Sure.
And instead the guy walks up, and for the second time in my life, I get, hey, can I get $20? $20, and it was the second time that's happened to me that someone's asked me for $20. The other time was in Venice, and I don't even remember this, but Brendan just goes, he's like, you just looked at him and went, absolutely not. And then he goes, oh, okay. He's like, well, then can I at least get that water? And I'm like, this isn't water.
Oh, you bum. Wouldn't you recognize alcohol when you see it?
Yeah.
You
If he had been like, can I have the vodka? I'd be like, you know what? Merry Christmas. But he was so snotty.
Yeah, I would want to give that away.
Yeah.
Oh, did I tell? I tried to give away. So like one of the guys that I purchased pot from, he gave me I think I did tell this on the show, but it was fucking Everclear with peaches and and it had weed in it, and I couldn't give it away to a homeless guy. Like I was like, hey, do you want this? It's like a mason jar with dressed up with a candy cane straw and shit. I'm like, hey, do you want this? It's weed with Everclear and peaches, and they're just like, I have a reason to live.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna drink your poison. It's like I'm Johnny Appleseed giving fucking
how many
death
people try
daiquiris to homeless people.
That's what I'm saying. How many people must poison and kill the homeless? They're the easiest to kill.
Oh yeah.
And there's got to be. I wonder how many homeless people are murdered.
I think every suburban kid that has smoked pot has had that conversation where they're in a circle with their friends, they're smoking pot, and the conversation turns to murder. How would you get away with murder? And the only way you could get away with it is to drive tollless across state, murder a homeless person, and then drive tollless back to the other state.
What about trains?
What do you mean?
Or you hitchhike. You get in somebody else's car.
Yeah, but even that, there's too many cameras. You can't control where they're going. You
Yeah.
have to drive tollless.
But then that limits how far you can actually go.
Of course it does.
So
But-
you're still within 60
But
miles?
nobody has to know. You have to. You tell your mom you're going upstairs. You're home for the holidays. Let's say you tell your mom you're going
going out to
upstairs
get a can of peaches.
Yeah, but you don't even know. You don't tell her you leave.
Oh.
So you go upstairs to your room, say you're going to jerk off or something. So there's
Please
no
don't
chance
open
of
up.
her running. Yeah, coming in, and you go skitter out the window, come downstairs, drive over to Jersey, no tolls, murder a vagrant, and then wash the blood off in a stream or something like that.
But you're not going to try and even hide the body. You're just leaving it as
Leaving
is.
it right there, dropping the knife and/or gun like a mob hit.
Oh, a knife. See,
Yeah,
I don't think I could ever stab somebody. That's
the only way I would do it.
What do you mean?
Is to physically remove the life from somebody's body.
Why-
I
what
can't
not-
pull
what-
a trigger. That's unsatisfying.
What about your hands?
That's what I'm using for round 2. I stab
Oh.
big enough, and then I
Yeah.
reach in like a shovel, and I
Okay.
kind of grab inwards, and then I start pulling stuff out and eating it.
While I'm eating it. I looked over because I'm like, oh man, Alex has her microphone off because it's muted because people are talking to her,
Yeah.
but she's definitely laughing, and she was stone-faced when
Yeah,
you
stone faced talking to a much more famous comedian. So
That son of a bitch. Does our show mean nothing?
I was looking at this because I saw that very recently 4 homeless men were bludgeoned to death in Chinatown.
Yeah, and they got caught. The people that did it got caught, right?
Yeah, those fucking
and
pieces of
they
shit.
were like from another state or something like that. That's why you can't.
They had the conversation,
but you can't kill somebody in New York City.
No, it's cameras on every corner,
everywhere. It's,
No.
You are fucking completely locked in. People.
New York is probably the worst place in the world to get away with murder now.
Get away with it?
New York City?
Oh,
Yeah.
to try to get away with it.
Yeah.
I thought you meant to get away with it. It's like, why? You're living in New York. It's great.
No, because it's hard to get away with it.
That's what I'm saying. I thought you were like post get away with it. New York is a terrible landing zone. You're like,
Yeah,
now you're living
it's too
here.
hot.
Too
Yeah.
guilty in New York. The guilt
It's too
overtakes you.
convenient.
Yeah, no, I would choose like some shithole in Pennsylvania.
You got to do a boating thing, though, man. That's where you really get away with
but
it.
it's, people know. People know you had somebody with you.
Not
The
if you get
marina
on-
sees you leave with somebody else.
Nah, you got to go on a private thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend 1.3 million.
No,
on
you're
a
not. It's
private
not my
slip.
boat. No, you cannot be your boat. It cannot be.
Oh, okay.
It mustn't.
So
It mustn't be.
So you're stealing somebody else's boat.
Not stealing. You get invited to like a party. You know what I'm saying? You get invited to
On
like
a
a
boat?
party on a yacht. Yeah, you go on a
Are
big
you
yacht
just
party.
telling the Natalie Wood story?
This is how you do it.
So you got to time travel to the 70s, and then you can get away with murder.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the
But
only
get
way.
open ocean. If you get somebody in open ocean
Yeah.
and you just dump them there, then that's you're.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna have a tough time pinning it on you, but people are gonna know that you potentially murdered somebody.
People eat them.
What?
I've changed my mind on the yacht party. You got to go private boat. When you go, yeah. Too many witnesses. You have
Like,
to-
what? There's like 100 people on a yacht. And you're like, yeah, it's great. They all can keep a secret.
Well, then you have to kill everyone on the boat.
Yeah. Then you have to film each of them fucking a kid, and you're like, well, they'll never tell anybody that I murdered someone. Then we have kind of a weird Jeffrey Epstein. So I am Jeffrey Epstein.
How did we get here?
So I took crew to Santa.
Oh yeah.
Kim was literally Miss West Coast. Kim was literally really excited.
You sound like you're telling on me. Miss West Coast?
Miss West Coast. Kim was super excited to be sitting. Like, I was kind of jealous. Like, I took the booth that your dude was sitting in, but Kim got to sit in your booth. Then I realized she's wearing my pants.
Oh yeah, she got all excited about that. She was like, my pants are on the seat that
I was like,
Miss
me and-
West Coast seat was on.
It's whatever.
And I was
My
like,
pants
Alex,
and Miss Chanel West Coast pants have like.
I was like, Alex, I'm not wearing underwear in these, and I haven't been for the last 8-9 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you want me to wash them?
I don't know why.
Because she was like,
I was so cool about it last night when you said, I'm just not going to wear underwear with these. I was like, yeah, whatever.
And now you've been bothered.
It's fine.
It's been a while in them.
It's like
Honestly,
truly having a
I've
sister.
I've made my mark. Literally.
You can keep them.
But listen, Miss West Coast. So Alex was like, "Oh, give me those pants back, and I'll rub them all over my house." So
I just want to have a little of you all over my stuff. Like, maybe your fucking glamour will rub off on me a little bit. You've been looking good on that show forever. It's
That's
crazy.
True. It's true. And then I was like, Alex, should I wash them or not? And then I imagine Alex like rubbing these dirty non-underwear pants all over all her stuff, and I'm like,
rubbing
her
Kim's
whole room
pussy
just smelling
all
like
over
my
my clothes.
pussy. And she thinks it's Miss West Coast. Anyways, it was a fun fantasy.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, and honestly,
She looked pretty.
Yeah, but then she looked real. I mean, first of all, compared to us, she looked retarded good.
Compared to us, the dead person on the sidewalk we walked past looked great.
The homeless guy we smoked next to on the fountain.
Yes.
Oh, this guy decided to sleep. He was just
On
sleeping,
the edge of a fountain.
sitting on the edge of a fountain, and we're watching him.
You know when people almost fall and then wake up?
Like go back. I mean,
Oh,
he's
it
just
was good.
Yeah. I mean, nothing fun happened, but it was fun to like think about him falling in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but at a certain point, then we started to feel really bad about how we looked. We were like, we should have gotten ready. Like, who cares? 2 hours of sleep. We're rock stars. We should always look good, especially in LA. We're walking around, whatever. But then we really take a look around us in the place because at first glance it seemed like everybody was dressed really well.
We were blinded by Miss Coast.
Yeah, Miss Coast, you kind of radiate like you sort of just radiate this glamorous energy all over the place. And as soon as you left, we were like, actually, everybody else is sort of dingy.
We're like, we're good.
Yeah. Kim noticed the dude sitting next to her. You're like, actually, now that I look around, the guy next to me has cum on his pants.
It's true, that actually.
And I glanced over, and it literally, I didn't even have to stare. It was kind of just a sweeping glance. I was like, that's cum on his pants.
It was a big thing of like cum.
It was
on
like
his
just
sweat.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know,
no,
I
it was like right
literally-
here, like right where you would come
right
with
here,
a tiny dick. Yeah.
And he was like, or I was like, yeah, you know, people aren't dressed that nice. That dude has cum on his pants, like that. And Alex looked over and she goes, yep, I can see it from here. And she just kept eating.
I need to work on when it's appropriate to just say things out loud because
Oh,
I
like the
definitely
salad
nearly fat shamed a woman today, but I didn't mean to. I just meant to fat shame her to Kim where she couldn't hear me, you know?
It was the loudest fat shame I've ever heard in my life.
Was it really?
She was like, this lady's eating a salad. It's not working for her.
It's like somebody's New Year's resolution is going wrong already. She had this salad in front of her. First of all, she wasn't crazy overweight. But she was like a little chunky.
She was no Miss Coast.
She was no Miss West Coast. Shout out Miss Chanel West Coast. Our new friend.
Our new friend who's going to introduce us to Steel O'Brim. Miss Coast, I don't know if you listened to our last podcast, but
go back to the episode called Kimberly Brimbley.
Just know that my name is Kim, and his name is Steel O'Brim. And if we get married...
Kimmy Brimmy.
My name is Kim Brim, and I don't know what else we need for this podcast more than that. And I'm in love with him.
So anyway, yeah, she had this salad in front of her for like, first of all, they served her that salad before we sat down. And she was like there until after we left. And she just fucking never touched the salad. She just fucking played with it. And I was like, clearly you didn't want to order the salad. Just get what you want.
She hated it.
This is why New Year's resolutions are dumb. She wasted like $20 on that salad today when she could have just been living her
She even got fruit.
large
She
life.
hated it.
She could have been living her life large and having some French fries and, you know, being happy.
She would kind of just like picked at it for a while.
I mean, by picked at it, she took the little pieces, like she took the slivers of grated cheese out and ate them.
It was really sad. It
was bad.
I was like, just get the bacon waffle like I did.
fucking grease boy.
We were talking also personally on a personal note about comics that we liked in the van on the way to these trips. First of all, the shows were amazing. We did great. And I was going to say this for the end, but let me say it now. I told you on the trip, I watch you all the time. I'm in the city. We pass each other in passing at the Comedy Cellar. Then most of us were working out. Guys like us, we're working on new stuff all the time. So it's not as polished sometimes.
Right.
We're meandering. We're trying to figure different things out. You have a different process. I have a different process. But we'll see each other in the city, so I know you, and I know you murder, okay? But just watching you at the shows, because you went on last, you closed the shows, I was able to come up in the theater sometimes and watch you, and just watch you just hit them with your, hit them, and just step on them. And with material I haven't seen you do in a long time.
Right.
And then also your performance. Like I now when I watch a comic, I take like the energy that you're putting out and the emphasis that you're putting on words, and you're slowing some stuff down, you're speeding some stuff up. And after a while of watching, then I stopped watching you. I started watching the crowd react to you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And like all the like the blow ups where they were laughing. So it's pretty impressive, man. I got to say that. I was very, and it may sound weird because I see you all the time. So, but it was very impressive the way that you just started. It's a thing with comics. So maybe if you're not a comic, you don't understand. You start stepping on them, and the laughs get bigger and bigger and bigger until the crescendo. And at the end, they're just like, oh my God, they're so appreciative.
I feel like and you, I'm gonna give you credit. You fucking destroyed. Because you're one thing. Not only that, you're a performer in your own right. Mike is a very deceptive. He's very voice wise. You're a performer. Emotionally, you're a performer because you fool people. You go, hello, everyone. I just want to let you know. And then you go, stop it with the Jewish jokes, Mike. You're a performer in your own right, which I love. And you were murdering, you're killing. And I had to really step it up and make sure because you were really killing and you were such a good writer that you could literally, you could perform to anybody. Because, because the way you start off, people have to pay attention to you. They're like, okay, what is this motherfucker about?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you start, then you suck them in, and then you just start to beat them down. Bam, bam, you go, that's right, people. he just turns into a psycho. He's literally like heckling. You're like Jekyll and Hyde of comedy. You literally go, yes, I am a firefighter. Yes, that's right, folks. I'm a goddamn. It's fantastic. And Andy Pitts, what a
Andy
fucking talent.
Pitts was a fucking
what
killer.
a talent.
Oh, he's so great.
Andy Pitts, I mean, this guy, clean comedy, that's what he does.
Yeah.
But he's literally a funny guy.
He really
what a hell of an impersonator. Man, was he...
He's impersonator. He was great on stage, first of all. His set was clean and great.
Fantastic
and
performer.
And the Q&A he was killing. Killing during the Q&A. The Q&A was a great idea, by the way.
Yes.
Wouldn't you like to do it at the end of your shows?
Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing. I want to do a Q&A after I've earned my laughs, not like some of these social media people who just do a Q&A when they show up because they don't have a fucking act.
Right.
I would love to do a Q&A after show.
Yeah, a real one.
I really like Q&As.
Yeah.
I really like just questions, like legitimate questions.
Right.
And I thought that was cool. Avi always tried to cut it off. I'm like, Avi, stop.
Avi, let it go.
Jesus,
let
Avi
it go
goes,
because
"All
we had
right."
a meet and greet after that outside.
Yeah,
so we had
that's
to. I guess we had to get the meet and
He
greet.
wanted to cut the fucking exhaustion.
But some of the questions, like one of the questions we got all the time was, what did you expect when you went over there? And then what's different? What's different about what you expected?
Yes.
So what do you say to that? Just so we can get it, because
Israel, I love that Israel was so hip, and I like that it was multicultural, regardless of people say it's racist everywhere. It's racist everywhere. It was so funny because when I went to Israel, people were like, why are you in Israel? I go, I travel and I perform. And I'm not going to talk about the Palestinian situation around these Israeli soldiers, you fuck nut.
Yeah.
Like, I went because I'm a performer. We're here to observe.
Right.
Regardless of whatever's going on, it is our job to come and see for ourselves what's going on. But I love the fact that it was hip and the food was fantastic. The bakery.
Yeah.
I love that their cuisine, man. They don't fuck around on food.
We went to Shabbat together.
Yeah,
we went to
that was
Shabbat
your
together.
thing, boy,
Compliments
Shabbat.
of Avi Lieberman.
Avi, thank
and the
you for
comedy for
Shabbat.
Kobe.
That
Thank
was
you.
fantastic.
But because Andy was with his wife and child, so he did his own thing most of the time socially. But me and Godfrey and Avi did a lot of stuff together. And one of those things was Shabbat dinner. What do you think?
Shabbat was
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's us at Shabbat.
We're at Shabbat. All right.
Could you go back because it's... Yeah, that's Godfrey.
Shabbat.
That's Godfrey and Avi at Shabbat dinner right there.
We're throwing down at Shabbat.
Yes.
You got your Shabbat. Yeah, that's Mike. We were throwing down, man. They don't have step on the food, man.
No.
Oh my goodness, and their bakeries are fantastic.
Did you find that getting to the buffet was kind of like the traffic situation?
It was because they have. I'm sorry, Israelis. Y'all don't have you have no manners. You they just fucking cut you. They don't believe in lines.
They bump you.
Yeah, they bump you. But Jamaicans do the shit. Caribbeans do it. Africans. It's just so funny when you go overseas. Lines, fuck a line.
Yeah.
It's everybody. Everyone does.
But do you think it's like, because Avi even says it, he goes, because he'll start getting aggressive with somebody, like at the Burger King. We went to the Burger King.
Godfrey, McDonald's.
Yeah, the McDonald's. Godfrey wanted to stop at the McDonald's because he was hungry.
Hey,
first of all, we're jet lagged.
We didn't know it was going to take so long.
Yeah. So we stop on the way to get to the McDonald's, and I'm taking a long time. Avi comes in and starts demanding the food. Starts getting a little demanding.
I was waiting on the apple pie. And this little Muslim girl's like, apple pie would be. He goes like this. No, we need it now.
Yeah.
We need the apple pie.
And then I like Avi's little sidebar. He goes, "It's Israel. It pays to be aggressive. Aggressiveness gets rewarded." He's like, "We need the apple pie right now." Aggressiveness gets rewarded. He's giving us the sidebar, so he doesn't think.
But he speaks Hebrew. I don't speak Hebrew.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking around.
Right.
On my apple pie. I don't know this place like that. I
No.
wait. I say,
Right. So he comes in there. But do you think it's aggressive like that because everybody has to go to the military? That could be a thing where it's like everybody has to go to the military. I personally do like that. I like that everybody goes to the military or some kind of a service for the country. I like that.
Well,
idea.
I dated a few, I'd say some Israeli chicks, and they're very aggressive, very tough, very alpha. because they said, yes, I went to army. I was this old. I used M16. So you get that kind of thing. Like, don't talk shit to me. I'll talk shit to you back.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, that's cool. You know, it's good that you said military to do some service to the country. I met another guy who was a sniper. He drove me around. Yeah, he drove me. I met him at remember I had my toothache thing. And I went to a dental appointment.
Throughout. It's tough, man.
Fuck.
That's tough with that kind of a pain because that kind of removes you from being in the moment of everything else.
Yes,
you could be seeing beautiful buildings and all kinds of historic stuff, but if that tooth hurts, that's all you're kind of focused on.
And I was like, I met a guy there. He was cool. He took me back to the hotel from the dental appointment, and he was a sniper. This guy worked in the Israeli army. He was a sniper. And I said, how far can you shoot somebody? A mile away. Holy
That's a weird
shit.
combination to be a sniper and an Uber driver at the same time.
How about Uber snipe?
Uber sniper. You hire someone to kill your enemies.
Yeah, Uber snipe. Don't worry, I got him for 500 yards.
Do you think
Uber
that Lyft
snipe.
would have a version of that?
That would.
Oh my God, I gotta stop vaping.
Dude, why is Mike laughing like a mob boss?
Fill her up. You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.